I'm joined by Alex and Jeff from SSAIB. Welcome, gentlemen.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. 25 years. How was that felt for you?
Well, ask him. He did the first 24. Wrong. First 21.
I've done the full 25 and I've loved every minute of it.
And he's just swanned in at the end, has he?
On that deal, past 3 years or so. So he's a newbie.
Well, let me ask you, for anyone who doesn't know, tell me about the SSAIB.
Well, the SSAIB it's basically a company limited by guarantee. It exists only to promote standards within the security industry. So that's what we operate. We're officially a certification body. So we are accredited by the United Kingdom Accreditation Service. They're our regulator. And we provide certification to firms that require certification.
And firms will come to you for advice as well, presumably?
Yeah, they do. When they want certification, they'll come to us to start with. So we'll point them in the right direction of what standards and compliance they need to do.
And how have you seen this change over 25 years? How has your industry evolved?
Well, the industry has evolved greatly. As you can see from the technology in this exhibition, it's changed tremendously over the years. Obviously, the introduction of internet security and all that kind of thing has been a really major issue. So it's moved on a great deal. When I first joined the industry, that was 40 years ago. And then we were using relays and bell wire, but now we're using internet protocols and wireless systems. So it's changed tremendously.
And one of the many things as being here, people are talking about is that threat to internet security seems to be a bigger threat than anything else in the security industry now. How do you feel it's going to evolve even more?
Well, the main thing about security of the equipment is you've got to start with the manufacturers. So equipment manufacturers should not be putting equipment out which they expect the installer or the end user to secure. They should be securing it to start with. And I think with the Surveillance Camera Commission work tomorrow on CCTV, secure by default is a start point for that side of the industry. And the manufacturers, a number of them, global manufacturers, 5 of them have grabbed that and are actually going by secure by default. But it's got to start with the manufacturers, the design and the install of all kit.
And do those companies come to you at which stage in that manufacture? Is it an idea? At which point would they come for you for your advice and for certification?
We don't do manufacturers. We do the installers. So all we do is install standards. But because we know the industry, we try and advise where possible, where they can find the right help to deal with the issues they have.
And let me ask you the toughest question of all, because as we know, 25 years has changed drastically, as you just pointed out, sir. Where are we going to be in another 25 years?
I hate to think, but I won't be around to see it, so it won't be around.
Of course you will. At 22 years old, sir, you have many, many years ahead. What about, is it a fearful industry now because, like you say, the cyber crime is taking over, or is it something that we just feel we'll keep combating?
No, I don't think it's a fearful industry. I think when the internet started, the idea of securing the internet wasn't in the minds of the people who developed the internet. And I think the criminal takes advantage of that. And I think what's happening now is a catch-up. So I think in 25 years' time, the security will be a lot better. I think the biggest threat, of course, is the Internet of Things of older technologies which are already out there. I think the newer technologies and people now are thinking about how to secure products now for the future. So I think on the security side, the future looks very rosy. For the industry, it's quite rosy as well, because the industry is always changing. So there's new technologies, but there's new designs, and there's new way of thinking, and the installer will change in time, more programming, more way of integrating with other industries as well, as you see here with fire and security is a good example.
It does feel like we're constantly now future-proofing everything, which maybe we didn't do back in those days.
It was never thought about, but now we have to think about it, because the criminal does.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations. Here's to the next 25 years.